Hello, it is I, the TikToker who has been referred to as the Twink Dr. Sledge, back at it for another video. Our deity retrospective. Are the gods your friends? What are the gods? What is the divine? Last time we talked about Plato, the Platonic idea and the Platonic form. And now another voice reaches out from the past to speak to us. Proclus. By the time we reach Proclus in the 5th century, the implications that we have of Neoplatonism, no, not of Neoplatonism, of the Platonic tradition, have become absolutely impossible to miss. The divine is good. The divine is unchanging. The divine lacks nothing. The divine cannot be persuaded. So what follows from these premises? Proclus steps up to answer this with remarkable clarity. In discussing prayer, in discussing sacrifice and divine providence, Proclus, I don't know what happened there. Proclus cautions us, saying, we must guard against thinking that the gods are subject to passions, or that they receive from us anything for themselves. Perhaps more clearly than anywhere else in any ancient pagan tradition, here is the entire logic of Platonic theology laid bare for all of us to see. The gods aren't subject to passions. They don't become angry. They don't become pleased. They don't become disappointed. They don't fluctuate between affection and hostility. Such changes belong to beings that are imperfect, beings that are reactive, beings that are dependent upon external circumstances. The gods, by contrast, are complete. Nor do the gods receive anything from us for themselves. This point can be easily overlooked nowadays. But prayer doesn't enrich the gods. Sacrifices don't nourish the gods. Praise doesn't increase the gods. The gods are not made greater by our devotion, nor diminished by our neglect. To think otherwise, according to Proclus, would be to imagine a divine being that depends upon something outside itself. And for Proclus, this is impossible. Every god is perfect and self-sufficient. He repeatedly insists that the divine remains established within itself, lacking nothing and requiring nothing from the world it produces. Now, this does not mean worship is meaningless. In fact, quite the opposite. Proclus maintains that prayer and sacrifice and hymns and especially ritual are indispensable. But their purpose is not what many modern people would assume. The goal is not for us to change the gods. The goal is for us to change the worshiper. When human beings participate in sacred rites, they align themselves with divine realities. They become receptive to powers and influences that are already present and already exist. Worship doesn't draw the gods into existence. It attunes the soul to what eternally exists. This is why Proclus also affirms in his writings that, and I quote, "The honors which we pay to the gods are performed for the sake of our own advantage." This statement would have seemed obvious to a Platonist. Religious practice is not undertaken because our gods need something. It's undertaken because we do. Prayer refines the soul. Our sacrifices cultivate our reverence. The rituals that we do, they establish a participation in a sacred order. See my video on dancing in Hell Paul. The benefit belongs to the practitioner. The gods remain what they eternally are. Eternally. Forever. By the time Proclus writes this, the trajectory that is begun by Plato has reached its fullest expression. The divine is no longer conceived as some powerful version of humanity. The gods are not cosmic rulers whose favor can be purchased or whose emotions can be manipulated. They're self-sufficient causes of goodness, eternally bestowing what they are without diminution or need. The task, then, of religion is not of religion, of worship, of our practice, of our honorifics, of our veneration, is not then to satisfy the gods. It is for us to become worthy, to become the type of being, the type of human, the type of person worthy of participation in the order that these gods already sustain. When you say that prayer, when you light that candle, when you do the dance and draw down these things, this is for us to reach out and become something more, something greater, something better, something more worthy, the best part of ourself coming forward, so that when we step up to the gods, they see that we are stepping up as we are. Prayer is not for the gods. It is for the supplicant. Next time, we will go deeper. I want y'all to think on this. Until then, may your ancestors bring you the sweetest of portents. May you have the most wonderful of dreams. May you all stay cool. It's getting hot out. And may you all, of course, stay safe. Shalmu, everybody.